Wonderful. Oh, good evening. My Harmony Pack is so pleased to welcome those of you who are not members yet of our Harmony Pack, our membership community, to love and healing for the animals and the planet and each other. And so this event is being sponsored by myharmonypack.com. So happy to share with you the kind of sessions that we do weekly. And of course, this one is unique in terms of the context, what's going on in the world, also the spring equinox. And our friends in Australia, Siobhan and Jane, are already on the 19th. So they're in the 19th. And of course, the equinox is that place of perfect balance of night and day. And I think that that is so ideal for what we're going to do tonight. And I do want to thank those of you who practice healing work every day. I know some of you who do that. I know some of you are learning, and but all of you with your thoughts, deeds, and of course your great hearts and love for the animals are all part of that healing energy. So what I would like to say first is, and many of you have heard this before, but I do want to really make sure we understand what is happening here and the opportunity. It's fascinating. Of course, I, like many of you, have been listening to some channels and spiritual teachers and guides, and and maybe even your own guides, to understand what this is. And the first piece there is that this was the shift we've been waiting for. It's not necessarily the nicest way for it to happen, but humans tend to push themselves up against the wall and don't change until they absolutely have to. But this is such a huge opportunity for us who are here, who were born to be here, as I do believe we all were. This is, as I mentioned in my email, we're all on deck. This is our moment to step forward and shine and to tell the truth and to work our healing work and magic with animals and plants. And we'll get some guidance about how to do that on this call. I know we will, because I can feel them just kind of buzzing around me. It's wonderful. And so I want to put that forward, that this is the moment that has been prophesized. Maybe there are more. If don't quite rise to the occasion, there will be other opportunities, but now is the moment. Now is our moment. So having said that, what I would love to do is have everybody get comfortable in their chairs. We're going to do an opening meditation. And this is something that our Harmony Pack does every time we invite wild beings, the council of bees, elephants, lions, frogs, whomever. We do a meditation to connect ourselves to our bodies and to connect ourselves to Mother Earth and to Spirit in the sky. And then we create this loving circle. I like to look at it sometimes as a campfire circle that then the animals or the plants step into. So that is how we will start. So I want to be sure everybody's comfortable, sitting up comfortably in your chair, however you want to be. If you're outside on the ground, how lovely. And I want you to make sure your feet are on the floor, on the ground. Just going to start with some breathing in through our nose, breathing out. Breathing out. With each consecutive breath, feel the breath going a little bit deeper, deeper into your womb space, into your feminine womb space. And there we are supported by love and the feminine energy. And allow this very easily to drop in there. As you're breathing, start to send the breath down into your hips, down your thighs and knees, down your calves, down your feet, into the your feet, and feel some energy around the soles of your feet where you connect to Mother Earth. This is also meditation for healing. For when you connect to the green, loving energy, pull that up into your body, it helps balance and heal you. And this I learned from the horses, how they do this. And now feel that energy from your feet reaching down into the earth, where you're going to be met by Mother Earth. She's going to rise to meet you, and she's going to hold you, holding you in her embrace. And feel some of her loving energy. And feel it moving up your legs, past your space and into your heart space. Energy, the chakras are aligning and being energized, her energy blended with yours. So this is you working together with Mother Earth. Relaxing, feeling that love, any tension drop away from your chest, any constriction, whether it's yours or tension you've taken on for anyone else. Let's release it and let Mother Earth take it and transmute it. Oh, beautiful. And now as you breathe, feel the energy, the breath that is swirling in your heart. Feel it coming up your chest to your throat chakra, opening up your throat chakra again, relaxing your neck, your shoulders. Keep breathing nice and slow. And if you feel a little constriction, just slowly down. Slow it down. And as that energy is slowing down, it's also simultaneously filling up your chest, and now moving up your face to the ajna, the third eye chakra. You to whatever you're comfortable with at this moment in time. And know that in this meditation, in the circle we're creating a totally safe, balanced place for you to do this. Breathe in that. And if you're comfortable, feel that third eye opening a little bit more, allowing you to see on other levels. The crown chakra, beautiful lotus opening her petals to receive the energy from the sun, from source, beams down through that beautiful crown chakra lotus, down your face and head, down your throat, shoulders, heart, and it mixes with the energy from Mother Earth in your heart. But it's also a column of light that keeps going. It goes past your hips and again anchors you with the light and Mother Earth. So you are fully connected to Earth and to Source. Nice breaths and feel yourself relaxing into that beautiful, loving support. It's calm, peaceful. And now, as we focus again on the heart, we focus again on our now expanded, beautiful, open hearts. And feel that energy, breath, moving up in your shoulders, down your arms, into the palms of your hands, into the chakras of your hands. And I want to remind you that you are healing in the palms of your hands. Don't forget, this is a tool all of you have for the chakras in the hands and the fingers, energy centers that you can work with. And you can send energy, loving energy, these chakras, in the physical by putting your hands on someone, animal, vegetable, or mineral, or you can do it from a distance. And the animals will prefer that at first, especially cats and wild ones, that you offer it. It's not a pushing, it's simply this loving energy in my palms. And if you would like to have some, you would like to embrace the energy I have right here. And anytime you activate those palms, you can do your own meditation to do that, or you can follow this one. It feels good. Now, as that energy is pulsing in your hands, I want you to energetically reach as if you're going to take the hand of one in our circle. Take her hand and feel pulsing from your heart, down your arms, into her heart, down her arms, into the next person's heart. Feel this beautiful energy, creating this loving space and of love and light and all the goodness and beauty that each of you brings, and always. And as we do this, as I mentioned, there's a campfire of sorts in the center. This is a campfire that many of you back are familiar with, but I want to tell you, today the fire is blue. You'll need to ask what that's about. So you can stay with your eyes closed or open your eyes comfortable. But in the center, I see a blue flame. And we are greeted by Mother Earth. Things, dear daughters, thank you so much for dropping from the think of the word, the hecticness, there we are, you got it, the crazy busyness, all that buzzing energy. She says, welcome and bless you for joining me here in this peaceful, grounded space. For I wish to tell you that you are the bringers of light and love, each of you. All of those whose lives you touch, and you touch more than you can know, because to be through the spoken word or an action, it's simply love. Your love of me, your love of the animals, your love of the light, your love of balance, your love of beauty. For you are a reflection of all of that. Remember, you are my daughters, and you are my emissaries. And in whatever you use, whether it's sound, whether it's painting, whether it's writing, whether it's hands-on energy, whether it's distance heal, it doesn't matter. Everything you do is your perfect expression of love and is what is completely needed right now. So for those of you who may have hesitated to really own who you are, now's the moment. For you have tremendous, you have the support of all those in this circle tonight who are here physically, and you have the support of every light worker on Mother Earth and in the sky. Do not forget our family in the sky. And of course, you have so much love and gratitude from the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom, the birds, and all the beings, from the tiniest microorganism up to the great blue whale. And everybody feels you. Everybody. Never. The fear comes up. It's okay. It's normal. These are uncharted waters. But know when you stay the course of love and healing and speaking the truth in order to help others rise above their fears, rise above what they think they know. This is important. Those beings who go into fear, it's all right. You can allow them to do that and love them through it without any judgment. Just love them through it. And know whether you can see it or feel it and are aware of it, every time you love, send them light, that energy just blossoms like a flower. It does not ever go out and dissipate, because you all are building with each other a new world. Hear me well. This is a new world of energy, and the possibilities are tremendous. Of course, you are women. This is your time. Your time to shine. And again, support going gets tough, because it will. There will be resistance, there will be fear. Ground it, send it to me, down to me. If you feel it in your body somewhere, take a deep breath, feel it coming down your body into the earth, and it will be transmuted. And remember, this is a time to stay grounded. As attractive as it is to just stay in the sky, that you are incarnate. So this is for your soul to express itself fully in a physical body. I can't stress how important this is. Don't energetically go away. Be with me now. And know that you have a huge network. See in the coming days, weeks, months, you will see so many healers and incredible women, all their version of what I'm telling you today, including some men, because there are some beautiful men on the planet who are holding the masculine, balanced masculine energy, which leads us to balance. How perfect that we are equinox. The egg balances in this. And this balance is you can hold on to. Because again, everybody does. I certainly do. But we all return to balance. That is a given. There is nothing on this planet, given time, that does not return to balance. It may not be exactly the balance that was there before, but chaos is not what's happening now. There is this economic chaos, but it is again opportunity to remake your economic system. And it's very important that you speak up about that when you feel right. And remember, you don't have to, you can do it online, you can do it on the phone, but I do urge you to use your voices. Don't just find places where you can speak to other women, you can speak to men who are and loving and want to help with changing. Speak with them. Use your voice. It's very important. Sound is very powerful, used in the right way, as the dolphins will tell you, as the angels will tell you, and how every being on Mother Earth has their song. Every species has a song. You have heard Kate talk a lot about the elephants and the humpback whales, and the elephants on land holding the basso continuo, the deep notes of the symphony, and the sea using the very high frequencies, and they create that bass line, so to speak. Every other species song weaves around, and it becomes this incredible tapestry of sound, critical for balancing the planet, for keeping it on its axis, for keeping things returning to balance when they go out of balance. This having losing species weakens that music, weakens that symphony. Every time an instrument comes out, that the strength of that vibration and frequency is altered. Many animals and many of you are working to heal some of the rifts and the breaks in the sound continuum. How important is that? So it's not just to help heal individual humans. Know when you're doing that healing work, sound, whether it's an instrument, your voice, whatever, that you are helping heal those tears in that beautiful symphony and restoring some balance that, of course, instigates healing. So just remember that. It's bigger, so you might remember. So this is the first thing that I wish to tell you. It is time now for the trees. The trees of the world have much to say to you. Dear ones, the communication of which Mother Earth speaks, we are acting on every moment of every day through our roots, through our branches, through our trunks. We are speaking and singing and communicating with every single being in the soil, tree, all the rocks. Again, this is a symphony of communication from the tree. And we are stressed, as you know, but we are heartened that, again, as Mother Earth, is the opportunity for changes to be made, for us to be understood and appreciated. There are now what you refer to as science, scientific studies that have been able to identify how we communicate through the earth and the soil to other trees, how we help them heal, how we support one another in the forest, and how we communicate with the birds and animals too, including protecting ourselves. So again, it's all about balance, but know that we are sentient beings, and we are here to love and support you and to keep Mother Earth healthy and whole to the best of our abilities, but we need you to help it. But again, we are heartened by some of the actions and the amazing humans that are stepping forward to plant trees, to love trees, who appreciate how much we bring to the planet. So continue to support those beings who appreciate and know our value, or our position or our role on Mother Earth is critical for this balance. If there are not enough of us, there will be a much more dramatic rebalancing that will have to take place, and it will cause a lot of problems because it will shift the dramatically, so that most beings who breathe oxygen will not be able to, and we sure don't want to see that or experience that, because we are in this together. So remember, every time you plant a tree, tell it how much you love it and thank it for all the work it's doing, and care for it, and remember it, because it will remember you. It will remember you. That's the trees. The animal kingdom. We are so close to you in our hearts. This for we have seen the broken hearts of those of you who love when there have been catastrophes that have claimed the lives of many of us. And again, we can't underestimate how grateful we are for those who love, for those. Remember to hold the space of love for us, not anger at what happened, not pity, but love and a belief in us gaining strength and returning to our part in the forests. Perhaps different forests, but returning to balance and help the trees and all the other plants and each other. So remember, stay in that higher vibration, not of sadness or pity, anger at the carelessness of many. Because if you give into that, you've dropped of that high frequency and vibration, and we need you there. We need you in that high frequency and vibration, wherever you can be. So keep sharing stories of us and all those beautiful stories of humans caring for us, all so that it touches the hearts of others, and they become kinder, and they become more aware of our relationship and what's possible when we get to know each other. That's so beautiful when we get to know each other. It doesn't have to be physically, because now there have been many people who have lived with all kinds of animals who have had their hearts touched, and who now really hold and know that energy. And you can connect with them, and you can hold them in your hearts, and with gratitude, they are bringing to the world that knowledge of interconnectedness. Because interconnectedness is what this is all about, as you all know. So again, it is with great gratitude that we speak to you of this love family that we have with you, and for you to always hold on to that and remember that we are also individuals, just like every human. And so anytime you ground, connect to Mother Earth and Father Sky, and you bring that love through you, and you send it out or offer it out, believe us, it will be received. Never doubt that. It's all electricity. It's all energy, and we feel it. It's a much better thing to receive than sadness and pity and anger. So remember that. We must raise the frequency together. So that is what we wanted to share. The ocean. We are the being you know as water. In our many incarnations, we are with you. From being in your body, to the ocean, to the streams, to the rain, to the puddles, to the water that runs through pipes, to the water in the food. We are a sentient being. And when you show gratitude and love to water, simply in the sense of a prayer or a thought of gratitude to everything that you come encounter with that has an element of water in it, We feel that, and we are supporting our energy. For we are doing all that we can to help Mother Earth heal. And we have great power, as you know. And we are doing our best to restore balance, whatever that's going to look like. So the more you can be in a loving space as opposed to a fearful space or an angry space, as the animal said, the better. Because your very heart space can soften sometimes some of the effects of the storms, the floods in the ocean. You can do that when you believe that you are connected to all of those parts of us. You are. Remember. Remember. Love the water in every form. Protect it. And it will help heal. It will help heal you. It will help heal the animals. Of course, we work with Mother Earth to engender balance. And just a little gratitude goes a long way. And we will say, of course, that when there are storms and maybe upheavals, that when you work together, we can hear you better, right? Because there's a lot of energy happening. And one voice, although it's felt, it can be way more effective when it's joined in space with each other. So remember that. Numbers matter in this case. Numbers really matter. So that's what we wanted to share with you today. For all the beings of the air, they say, this is Hummingbird, remember, don't take yourself so seriously. Look for the joy. Look for the joy in the moment. Look for the joy in flowers. Whether they're physical flowers or they're pictures of flowers, let yourself dive deep into the beauty and the energy and the incredible spirit force of the flowers. And work with that in whatever way you can and in whatever way you want. But remember, even if you're watching a picture, a moving still picture of a flower, you can send it love and gratitude. And those flowers of that species will receive it, even if that particular flower may have returned to the earth. So remember. And to that we also say, remember the soil. For Mother Earth's soil is critical for all life. And it is so important to nurture and nourish the soil and not kill it with chemicals and fertilizers and all that stuff. So be very conscious of your choices as best you can and support those who work with the soil in a loving way, who nurture and nourish the soil. They're doing it for future generations. And all plant life depends on that, which means all animal life depends on that. So remember how incredibly special the soil is. Never forget. And finally, the insects. Remember, dear ones, that although you don't always understand what we're doing, we have such an important role to play, again, in balancing in our connection with the flowers, in our connection with the soil, in our connection with breaking down matter and returning it to the soil. It's all a beautiful circle of life. Remember that. Remember that we're all part of that. Enemies, and we're not guys. We are here to also help restore balance. So when we're out of balance, it's important to look to what's happening with the plants and the soil that has caused us to devour everything inside, or to eat the young seedlings coming up. What is happening? There is an imbalance. And we urge you to look to nature, look to Mother Earth for the ways to solve that problem, not poison, kill, not to introduce those things, because they are terrible, terrible. So we wish to thank you. The energy of the light, the energy of the universe who are here to help us is very strong right now. In the equinox and in the solar, they are very close to us. So call on the angelic realm. Call on the helpers and healers in the angelic realm. And when you ask for that greatest good of all, you're going to get the highest and greatest good of all. So remember that when you tap in, first ask, may this communication, may this connection be for the highest good of all. And that just really levels the playing field, and then you will get some beautiful information and connection, and your healing will rise and come at a higher vibration for you and everyone. So finally, I want you all to remember to take care of yourselves. As you know, as light workers, we often feel the struggle and strife more than others. As highly sensitive people, of which only 20% of the population is, we feel things so much more deeply, and it can cause us physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, all of the above, and make us just want to hide out. And sometimes it's okay to hide. Just remember, you need to be re-energizing yourself, giving yourself what you need. And sometimes it's a break. You need to escape and laugh and listen to music, and just go into a that's all okay, because what's happening on the earth isn't going to go away just because you've taken a break. So that's okay. You do not feel that you must have to be at this all the time. You will burn out and wear out, and that's not what any of the beings want us to do. They want us to ourselves. So that may be something we can share with one another, because many of us are herbalists and healers, and they may have some suggestions. And the other thing I wanted to share, and I'm going to send this to everyone who registered, thanks to Kathy Davis's beautiful orange cat named Shushu, we have a Bach flower remedy, many of you are familiar with that can help stabilize you through these times. And I will send you the recipe so that you can make it yourself. And remember, you can make them energetically. You don't have to have every single Bach flower. You can, if you're missing some, you don't want to go out and get them, that's okay. Make them energetically in water. Just put the name of it underneath a glass or what have you, and use your pendulum or muscle test or however you work with it to see when it's ready. And then you can mix it with the physical flower essences you have. But this can, again, help ground you, help support you, help you recognize and say, okay, I see it. Okay, how do I wish to respond? And can just help facilitate this interesting passage that we're all in together, this interesting opportunity and moment. So let me just check to see if any of the other beings have anything to share with us tonight. No, they say not for tonight. It was really important for us to hear from Mother Earth. And so if anybody would like to ask a question, you can just unmute yourself, identify yourself, and ask a question or share an insight. What I am going to do, though, is I will stop the recording so we can have a little more robust conversation that allows you to vent a little if you wish, but we're holding this energy and vibration for Mother Earth. So to close, let's just get to our circle. Heart, hand to hand to heart. Send your energy around the circle of this loving gathering. And interestingly, the blue flame is shifting. It's more yellow and red. It's more normal. That's all. And finally, when you're ready, you can bring your energy back into hands over. Just center and connect all your energy back into your body. Remembering Mother Earth is there for you. Mother Sky is the creator. always. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording. So I did want to mention, because this was very important, something I just said, which is all of you who have listened to this recording, remember that you can listen to it many, many times and get something new and amazing out of it every time. These communications are very layered and very rich. So what you hear the first time, you will be surprised how much, and you might even hear something that, wow, I didn't hear that last time. And that's wonderful. That's perfectly fine and normal, because they give us these messages in such richness. So please listen to it many times, put it on your phone, use the meditation if it's helpful to you, incorporate it, share it with friends. You know, everybody can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kinship with Animals, and there's more communications from different animals on there, as well as other neat stuff. So I continue to share messages from the animals, which is my great passion and mission. So I did want to thank you for listening and listening again and again, so that it can support you in being this beautiful light being that you all are. So with that, I think we will close, stop our recording, and good night.